Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Jackie and I'm the Stitchin' Adventure, and I wanted to say welcome to my channel. I'm a person that has not really worked on my channel that much in the past, and I'm kind of getting into it right now, mainly for the purpose of community. I really feel the need for community to share, and so you're going to be seeing more and more being posted here. Hope to get more subscribers and things like that. The main purpose is community. I find people on the FlossTube community, the quilting community, the different things that I do on this channel to be highly inspiring. So I'm going to also share some of their channels, and I'm hoping that I don't have enough people that even watch my videos right now. Most of my videos get 1 to 2 watches. So, but what I'm hoping is to also share those other creators because, and that I get enough people to do that, that will, actually kind of go over there and look at them, because I just find them highly inspiring. And one thing that some of them have done is they've had this Sew Sampler box from the Fat Quarter Shop. And this is my first subscription box for quilting. And it's not really for cross stitch or anything like that. It's for quilting. And I thought I would go ahead and share mine. It's the first one. Now, I'm not certain. I haven't opened it yet. Here it is. The only thing I've done is cut the tape so that it would be easier to open for the video here. But I think I'm joining at the last box of a quilt-along that they've had in here. But I like to make blocks just to make them, so probably I will still make the block. I don't know what's in here, in other words. And then start with their new quilt-along that I think starts in the next month. But the reason that I like to make them is I love sampler quilts, which is a sampler of different blocks. So it would not be wasted in my case. Now, this is a very reasonably priced box. I think it's like $29. And there's a couple of others I want to subscribe to that are more expensive. That they just have larger and different amounts and different things in them. But from everything that I have seen, the Fat Quarter Shop seems to go out of their way to keep their box affordable, but nicely goodied, and to actually have projects to do in it. Some of them don't have projects. They have a lot of other stuff, but really, aren't we all trying to find a fun way to do and more affordable way to do our projects? So now let's go ahead and open this box. Let's see. See, this is my first box. All right, I was doing it upside down. And here's how it looks when I think you can unfold this box and put it back together, and you end up with a cute little project box. I may try that when we're done. We'll see. But here's what it looked like when I opened it up. And it says it's called Milk and Meadows. This is the February 2026 box. I need water, but I don't have water sitting here, so I need to start keeping water here. But this just happened to come in while I was here doing my morning coffee, so. Okay. Anyway, all right, so we're going to go ahead and do the fabric because that's actually next on their list. And it says it's the Butter Churn Farmer's Daughter Junior 10-inch Stacker by Lori Holt Designs for Riley Blake. Wander through a sweet country day dream with the Lori Holt, the Butter Churn Farmer's Daughter Junior 10-inch Stacker. Feels like early mornings at the barn and sunny afternoons in blooming fields. So, soft florals, playful hens, and a warm vintage palette bring each print to life with plenty of nostalgic charm. These 24 bright fabrics are lovely for quilts, table runners, and of course, the Butter Churn quilt pattern by Lori Holt in this month's box. So we're going to have a pattern coming up. And let's go through this. Excuse me, I'm already loving this box, and this is my very first one. I can't believe for the price. Yeah. They have done a great job. Thank you, Fat Quarter Shop. I am going to go ahead and it's part of the Farmer's Daughter, but it's called it's one of the lines in the Farmer's Daughter category. But butter churn fabrics. So let's undo this. It's not going to undo, so I'm going to see if I can get this off by sliding it off. And I will edit this out if it's taking too long, so don't worry. By the way, I save these ribbons. I love them. I just do. If you're a junk journal or anything, and even with different fabrics, you can use them. I love them. So I do not throw them away. So this is the little hens. I'm going to try to keep this together. And there's a different colorway with the hens. So it says in the paper there's 24 different pieces. Here's of the Lori Holt fabric, which I just love that. And here's another colorway of that same one. I'm fumble fingers this morning. Look at that bright green. I just love that. It's one of my favorite colors. That shade of green. Here's that. It's a different print. We'll see if either one of these are duplicated. Okay, this is another colorway, one we've already seen. Not going to go back and show you again, but it's pretty on its own, right? And that one's not exactly the same. Very pretty. Little bows. You know, the mustard colors are not my favorite color, but they are so useful when you're telling your story through a quilt. They are really, it's a very useful color. Look at this one, isn't that pretty? It's got, I think those are tiny little birds. They might be little X's for cross stitch, but I think they're supposed to represent tiny little birds. What do you guys think? Put it down in the comments what you think those are. Do you think they're tiny little birds, X's? What do you think? Whatever, they're very, very cute. See this one? Here's this one. It's like a little flower. This one. Definitely like antique vintage reproductions, aren't they? This is the kind of vibe I get from them anyway. I'm wondering who has the best-selling fabric. Because I love Tilda's fabrics. I think Lori Holt and Tilda are my favorite line of fabrics right now. Out of Liberty, everything. I love those. I love Lori Holt and Tilda. Those are my two favorites. Who are yours? Put them in the bottom. Because I also like some of the fabrics, like by Teresa Kogut, that she's designed in her kind of primitive little decorative, way. Then there are a number of designers I really enjoy. Matter of fact, when it comes to cross stitch, I plan on collecting Lori Holt patterns. Look at this, isn't this pretty? I mean, Teresa Kogut patterns. Isn't that pretty? Looks a little pioneer womany. Oh, look at that. That is an extremely useful fabric. I love that fabric. Be useful here in collage quilting, whatever I decide to do with it. And this is so feminine. Look at that. Just really pretty. Try to edit out all my fumble finger adventures. That's really pretty. That's a nice background. I like the smalls. And I've got several of the Lori Holt, like kind of this print this is almost like chicken wire. You could use it for beehive type things, and different sizes and colors. This one's a little bit smaller of an octagon that's in it. I really like those. They're just really useful and pretty in different projects. Oh, this is pretty. I want to buy some yardage of this one. Look at that. Yes, I love it. Just love it. So that is the, see if I can possibly wrap this back up. That is the fabric that came in this month. Just the fabric alone. Oh my goodness, guys. Just the fabric alone. So get this back in here and then get this all wrapped up. So that is her 10-inch stacker that came with this. And it's a Riley Blake Lori Holt. And it's part of the 24 pieces. And it's part of the Farmer's Daughter line. These are this quilt block is called I think this is part of the quilt that they've been working on. I'm not certain. It's a 6-inch Milkmaid Star quilt block with foundation paper. This is Vintage Block Series number 3. I absolutely love this. By Lori Holt of Be In My Bonnet Co. Used for foundation paper piecing. 4 quadrant blocks will make a vintage Milkmaid Star block. That would be really cute as a table runner, isn't it? So we'll see what they've actually got in here for it, because I think this is part of the quilt pattern that's further down in the box. And I've not done foundation paper piecing, so this will be a totally new experience for me. It also has this 1.5 by 2.5 inch ruler, which I do not have this size. I guess I never really thought of getting one this size. I'll bet you they think it's useful for this pattern, and that's why it's in here. And it's a Creative Grids ruler. I just love Creative Grids rulers. I hope someday to have all of mine replaced by them. And it has to do with that non-stick on this, that thing that helps them grip onto your fabric on this side. I don't know if you can see this color change here on the edges, but that's what that is. It's gripper stuff. So it's a Creative Grids. So that will definitely help me with my start. I've got, I think, 2 other Creative Grids rulers, and they're both smalls because I got them for cross stitch. Now here is the pattern. And it is indeed, I think that is 4. And then there's also their quilt along block here. Oh, it looks like, I'll bet you this goes 1 more month. Let me show you that before I show you that one. This is their quilt along, and it's like a scrap buster type thing, I think. It's designed for you to provide your own fabric, but it's called the Flowering Quilt Along that they've been involved in, and this is block number 11. So something tells me there's 12, and that'll be the next one. So what this will do is I will, since I have not been participating, and this is sponsored by Moda, and I have not been participating, is I will probably make this block, and it will become part of my sampler blocks. Yeah. It's very pretty. I like it. It's very pretty. So it's a Fat Quarter Shop quilt along that's sponsored by Moda and comes in these boxes. And this one's the Apple Blossom of My Eye block. So it comes that pattern. And then it also comes with a pattern that the fabric that we got, the 10-inch stacker, was designed for. The Butter Churn Table Runner pattern. February 2026 Sew Sampler box by Lori Holt for the Fat Quarter Shop. Look at it. Isn't that cute? And look at how it's finished on the edges. Rick Rack. The big fat Rick Rack. I can't wait. I want to do it. I'm going to definitely reserving this fabric. It will be my very first foundation paper piece. Now, when I'm going to get a chance to start on it, I am not sure. It's going to be a few weeks, but I think it's good because I think it'll sew up so quick. I've got 2 patterns. I've got a bunch of things kitted up to work on throughout the year. I've got 2 of my things coming up that I need to start on right away. And then this one will also be right away. So I'll have 3. And then when one of the easy ones that I have gets done, and then this one, I will move on to the next project. So I'm excited. This makes me really like, I think that this box is a good value. I'm going to see if it shows in here what the total value of the box is. Okay, the value of the fabric, remember this box, I think it's like $29 a month, and then there's shipping. The fabric value is $24.98. The foundation paper piecing pad paper is $13.98. The Olfa Endurance rotary blade, 45 millimeter, is $13.48. The pattern for the butter churn table runner is $9.98. And then the pattern, the pattern for the flowering quilt-along block number 11. And all of these are available at the Fat Quarter Shop, it says. So I don't know, maybe I will get the other 10, because I suspect there's another one of these next month. I don't know. Probably not, because I think they're $4.98 unless they sell it all as a pattern. One pattern. I probably wouldn't get that. I think that for one block is kind of high. You know, just get the whole pattern. Save a little bit of money. But anyway, and I might do that. We'll see if they have how they have it done. But they're saying the individual block that's in here is $4.98. And then remember, it doesn't give a value, but there is another free pattern that you just download the PDF for here. So, and it's all featuring the Farmer's Daughter pattern fabric. It's called the Jolly Bar Bakewell quilt, which you could go on and see if it's available to everybody, or if it's exclusive to the Sew Sampler box. I'm not sure. I don't think that the Farmyard Friends Sew Along is exclusive to the box. I think they're just inviting people who get the box to come along and sew with them, and it's really cute. And plus, the design possibilities with the components of that quilt are really great. Not only to do the quilt itself that they have, but also future designing of your own quilts. If any of you have never bought any of the Lori Holt books, that's what she intends you to do. She loves it, and I've seen her state this in videos as well as in her books. When you take components of her quilt, and she still wants you to say these were individual components were designed by Lori Holt, but she loves it if you take her quilt components and do some really neat things with them on your own. So, you know, she still expects, because of copyright issues and just what's right to do, for you to say, you know, these were made with components from whatever Lori Holt book you get. But I love her books. The possibilities with most of her books are, I mean, virtually endless. But I'm happy. I'm definitely going to continue getting this box. The theme on this one is Milk and Meadows. So I'm anxious now to see what's going to be in the March one. And then I think in April must be when the new Quilt-A-Long starts. So that's going to be exciting as well. All right. So without further ado, I've got everything put away back into the box. I'm going to need to change clothing. I'm covered with a lint. But we will see you guys in the next video.